You would think that at some point these people would learn failure after failure, a 15-year low point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And after the credit scene for the Marvels, when we saw Kamala Khan do her best Nick Fury impression and looked like she was going to assemble a team, it looked like they were setting up the young female Avengers.
Oh, no, no.
Which would have been obviously an absolute nightmare. But you would think that in the aftermath of her show being the worst rated one in terms of audience, right? The worst ratings for the Disney Plus Marvel series. And of course, the Marvels being the biggest box office disaster we've ever seen in history. You'd think that they'd realize that's probably a bad idea. However, this is Marvel. A Young Avengers movie is reportedly in the works at Marvel Studios. Now, this is via Scooper Daniel RPK, so some of those are hit or miss. But everyone's immediate reaction is essentially the same. Another disaster. Marvel's rumored decision to make a Iman Vellani-led Young Avengers movie after the Marvels causes outrage. After the MCU and the failure of the MCU, how about we have a Miss Marvel, a female Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, a Cassie Lang, Ant-Man's daughter, a America Chavez from Multiverse of Madness, Riri Williams, black female Ironheart, right?
No, hard pass.
Imagine they team up together. And I think it'll break records because certainly it'll make less money than the Marvels did.
Oh my God, man.
But holy shit, if they actually did this, it will be a nightmare.
Well, we're at the point where I when I hear these, like years ago, when I would hear these stories, I would get angry. I would get frustrated. The cringe that I am witnessing is truly hard to comprehend.
End of flashback.
Now I want it to happen. I want them to make these, just continue to make these bad decisions, continue to give people these dog shit characters and watch it fail miserably and prove everybody right. Prove every single person right on YouTube. Prove all of the toxic fans out there right. So I personally am hoping that this happens. I want to see this happen. I want to see it because the reactions, the numbers, it's going to be glorious. And this would do worse than the Marvels. There's no way they're going to do this, though. You would think. There's no way, dude.
Bro, they set it up at the end of the Marvels. You had a couple of the actors. You had a couple of the actors like making TikToks like about like teasing about Kevin Feige greenlighting in it, stuff like this. I don't see any way with all the changes they're going through and the people they've hired and fired. I don't know how they would go through with it unless they figured they're already like so committed to like whatever they're setting up. Some people thought maybe it would be a Disney Plus series. Now reportedly it's a movie, but this would be a fucking nightmare. The young female Avengers.
There's a reason we didn't get a Ghostbusters 2016 part 2. You know what I mean? There's a reason why that never happened. And because ultimately, as much as Hollywood wants to tell you it's about representation and diversity, it's about making money. And when something doesn't make money, they can't move forward with it. We have hit the bottom of the barrel with the Marvels. Like when it's worse than Ryan, the most negative man on the internet, thought, you know, we're in bad shape.
Black Girl Magic.
Are we at the final tally for the Marvels right now? I feel like I saw like 203 or 204.
Okay, I see 204 okay. Now. So, yeah.
With all the problems that Disney's facing right now, with all of the heat that Bob Iger's facing, with all of the pressure with the board, with the failure of the Marvels, with the failure of pretty much everything that they have done this year outside of Guardians, which still I can't even classify as a success, really. So
the most kind of charitable look at it says it may have made about $20 million in profit.
Which really isn't a profit. Yeah, for this type of money. You know what I mean? And so literally everything that they have put out this year has been a massive flop, a massive disaster. So having this, lining up to this, I personally want to see it. I don't think that it will happen. I don't think that you can actually push this forward and expect anything other than another $300 to $400 million loss. I just can't see it happening.
If you're thinking about doing that, they better fucking rethink it. That's going to be a nightmare for them.